Welcome back to Mind Over Market, where we dive deep into the power of mindset and how it impacts success in real estate. I'm your host, Claire Gammel, and I'm thrilled to have you here as we embark on this journey together. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that is absolutely crucial for anyone in the real estate industry, especially when the market isn't always in our favor. That's right. We're talking about the power of goal setting and how to stay motivated through market shifts. Whether you've been in the business for years or are just starting out, you know how unpredictable the real estate market can be. But here's the thing, market shifts are inevitable. What sets the top agents apart isn't avoiding the shifts, it's knowing how to stay focused and motivated when they happen. And that's where goal setting comes in. So get comfy, grab a notepad, and let's dive into the strategies that will help you rise above the market's ups and downs. Why is goal setting so important when the market shifts? When the market changes, whether it's a slowdown, changes in interest rates, or a seller's market flipping to a buyer's market, it's all too easy to get distracted or even discouraged. You might start to feel like you're being tossed around like a ship in a storm, right? And that's where clear, actionable goals come to the rescue. Setting goals gives you a roadmap, a sense of direction when everything around you seems uncertain. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the external changes, you have something concrete to focus on. This sense of control is crucial. It's like the difference between wandering aimlessly and having a GPS that guides you to your destination. Your goals are your GPS, keeping you on track no matter what the market throws at you. But it's not just about having goals, it's about having the right kind of goals. Goals that help you stay focused in the face of distractions. This is why having a well thought out plan is so important. When you have a plan, your goals are not just wishes. They become actionable steps you can take on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to ensure you're moving forward. So, next up, we're going to talk about how to set those effective, actionable goals that will keep you grounded and focused, come what may in the market. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of setting effective goals. And for that, we need to talk about a concept you might already be familiar with. SMART, aka SMART goals. This means your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's break it down. First, your goals need to be specific. Vague goals, like, I want to increase my business, aren't as powerful as something more precise. Instead, say, I want to close 3 new transactions this quarter. See the difference? One is a wish, the other is a plan. Next, your goals should be measurable. If you can't measure it, you won't know if you're making progress. So instead of, I want to connect with more clients, you could say, I will make 10 new client connections this week. This way, you have a clear target to aim for. Then we have achievable. Your goals should stretch you a bit, but still be attainable. If you set the bar too high, you might end up feeling discouraged. The goal here is to keep pushing yourself, but in a way that's realistic. Relevant is another key factor. Your goals should align with your overall business objectives and what you truly want to accomplish. For example, if your aim is to break into the luxury real estate market, setting a goal to sell 3 high-end properties this year would be relevant. Lastly, time-bound. Every goal needs a time frame. Without a deadline, there's no sense of urgency. A time-bound goal adds that crucial sense of urgency and keeps you moving forward. Now, let's talk about some examples of short-term goals that are perfect for real estate agents. Short-term goals are your stepping stones, small, actionable steps that align with your bigger vision. Maybe your short-term goal is to make 10 new connections this week. Follow up with 5 previous clients or post 3 times on social media. These small goals, when achieved regularly, build up momentum and lead to bigger accomplishments. But we can't stop at short-term goals. You also need long-term goals to keep your vision for success front and center. Think about where you want to be in 6 months, a year, or even 5 years. Do you want to build a team, expand into luxury real estate, or increase your average sales price? Whatever it is, these long-term goals should excite you and push you to think beyond your current situation. Here's a tip: break your long term goals down into quarterly milestones. This way, you can check your progress and course correct if needed. Plus, it gives you something to celebrate along the way. And we all know that motivation comes from achieving those milestones, no matter how small they might seem. So that's how you set effective goals, both for the short term and the long term. Up next, we'll dive into how to stay motivated, especially when the market throws curveballs your way. All right, now that we've covered how to set effective goals, let's talk about staying motivated, especially during those inevitable market shifts. Let's be real. When the market changes, things can get really tough. You might deal with fewer buyers, deals taking longer to close, or even face more competition. These are the kinds of challenges that can sap your motivation if you're not prepared. But here's the secret: when you set your goals, tie them to a deeper purpose. Ask yourself, why are these goals important to you? Maybe it's about providing for your family, achieving financial independence, or experiencing personal growth. Whatever your why is, knowing it and continually reminding yourself of it can power you through those tough times. When the why is strong enough, you'll find the motivation to keep going, no matter what hurdles come your way. Another important element in staying motivated is setting personal rewards for yourself when you hit those milestones. These rewards don't have to be extravagant, but they should be meaningful to you. It could be something simple like taking a weekend trip, buying something you've had your eye on, or even just enjoying a guilt-free day off. These rewards serve as reminders that progress is happening and that every step forward is worth celebrating. Remember, staying motivated isn't just about pushing through. It's about tying your goals to a deeper purpose and rewarding yourself for the progress you make. This approach will help you stay resilient and focused, even when the market throws you a curveball. Now let's get into some practical tips for setting and achieving your goals, especially when the real estate market takes an unexpected turn. First off, it's essential to review and adjust your goals regularly. Market conditions change, and so should your strategies. Just because the market shifts doesn't mean your goals have to go out the window. Instead, be flexible and ready to pivot if needed. Think of your goals as a living document. Update them as you gather new information and insights. This proactive approach helps you stay on course even when external factors are beyond your control. Another crucial tip is to stay accountable. Share your goals with someone you trust, a mentor, a coach, or even a colleague. Having someone to check in with you can make a huge difference. They can offer you encouragement, advice, and sometimes a much-needed reality check. Accountability partners are like built-in support systems that make sure you stay focused, particularly during the tough times. And last, but certainly not least, make it a point to celebrate your wins, both big and small. It's easy to overlook your progress when you're constantly striving for the next big goal, but taking the time to acknowledge your achievements can fuel your motivation. Celebrations don't have to be grand. It could be as simple as treating yourself to a nice dinner or taking a day off to relax. The important thing is to recognize that every step forward, no matter how small, is a building block toward your larger goals. This habit of celebrating will help you maintain momentum and keep your spirits high, even when the going gets tough. Thanks so much for joining me on today's episode of Mind Over Market. I hope you found our discussion about goal setting and staying motivated both inspiring and practical. Remember, whether you're setting short-term SMART goals or dreaming big with your long-term vision, each step you take brings you closer to success. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an update. And while you're at it, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a review. It helps more agents like you find the show and rise to new heights. Got questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future episodes? I'm all ears. Send me a message and I'll do my best to incorporate your ideas into upcoming content. All right, that's a wrap for today. Until next time, stay focused, set those goals, and remember to rise and thrive.